from home is not so glamorous when you don't have time off. However, the weekends, okay, they're pretty glamorous. Making our way down the Hana trail. It is super rainy and we are just wondering whether or not this is always like this, but most likely because it's super rainforest-like, super pretty. And the next stop we have is the falls. It's funny, you can see all the zigzags on the map, super windy roads. Let's talk about Hawaii. Here are 5 life-changing lessons we learned from working home from Hawaii, and we will definitely be back and implementing this wisdom. So we recommend it to anyone who's planning a trip to Maui or Hawaii in general. What's an opinion that you'd get a lot of hate for if you said out loud? Food in Maui. Do not buy groceries. The prices for groceries are wild here, and after spending $8 on a bag of peppers for the first and last time, we decided that buying a meal for $12 or $13 was gonna give us a lot more value. Fortunately, I hadn't signed up for all of the food apps at the time that we landed, so actually I signed up for Postmates and took advantage of their introductory offer, which ended up being something like 30–40% off your first 3 or 4 orders. Then I had Bay sign up and we kind of just used that system for a week. The cinnamon roll place in Maui, super cute, aesthetic little cafe. These cinnamon rolls look like they're amazing. Macadamia nuts on top and 1 egg omelet with cheese and meat, I think. A traditional Hawaiian meal that I've seen in a lot of other places as well. So excited to dig in.
It's fluffy egg and cheese.
Fluffy egg and cheese. Excursions. If you look on Groupon, a lot of the one-day excursions in Hawaii go for $200 per person. Okay, but it's an all-day event, and also they give you white bread for like sandwiches as a snack. When we calculated all the costs, it was an easy decision to go and get a car, and we lucked out by having an amazing employee discount that got us this ride. How does it feel to be the spiciest tourist on the island?
Nothing. Tell me something else.
We used National Car Insurance, which has this really amazing perk called Emerald Isle, which means you walk in and you basically choose whatever car is on the lot in a particular section. So we did not pay for a convertible, we are not in that kind of money, but we had an amazing time and it was so good for experiencing Hawaii with your roof down, with your head in the wind.
For this kind of driving and this kind of weather, yeah, a convertible is the best. I mean,
convertible is the best. What kind of car?
No. My point is, like, as compared, I normally prefer SUVs.
Yeah.
And I think any day I would pick an SUV if you have to go up the mountain or whatever. But here, yeah, convertible.
Cherry on top.
Yeah.
We did the road to Hana and the Haleakala volcano on 2 different days, which would have been $400 on Groupon, which would have been $800 for 2 people on Groupon, which was even more than the price of the cost of the car that we had for the 1.5 weeks. We made it to the top, 10,023 feet, and we are up here. As you can see, it is a crater. We have to look up the names of the clouds to understand how tall we are. Also, we had the freedom to go to this and this. Welcome to the lava fields of Maui. It is pouring rain. This is the youngest lava on the island. It is gorgeous. You can see the coral that it built. living. We stayed in an amazing place in Kihei, which is known for condo-style resort living. These are owned by people who bought them in the 80s and the 90s. You actually can't find them on hotel websites. You're better off going to places like Expedia and Airbnb, even though generally I feel like those sites don't give you a lot of value for your money. Alternatively, you can live in Lahaina, which is where a lot of the bigger hotel chains are, like Hilton, Hyatt, others. But we went up there once and we went to that little town that was there, and it was just swamped, crawling with tourists. Of course, you can go there and have a great time one day because it has art galleries and restaurants, but it was so crowded. We were really happy not to live there and kind of get the home feel of living in this kind of tucked away resort facing the ocean. I mean, they love the place that we stayed in. But yeah, you should go there for like souvenir shopping, although really you can get that anywhere else as well. When we were in Lahaina, we did get like a little bit of a happy hour. Generally, happy hours are really hard to find in Hawaii, but you can get maybe $5 off an appetizer or a cheaper drink than you would otherwise if you go during those times. Okay. Time management. Of course, the more days off, the better, the more you can explore. And when you're surrounded by nature, you really have to get up early to surf, paddleboard before the big waves come in, and snorkel. Apparently the best restaurants are booked like weeks in advance, but honestly, we don't really care. We spend our money on activities and not on restaurants. So if you're a food connoisseur, I mean, I don't know, go use Yelp. Evening activities for us were generally eating takeout on our balcony or hitting the gym, which was completely empty in our community. And a note on the pandemic, going to Hawaii definitely requires having a little bit of a risk appetite, because when we were first looking, they didn't have a quarantine restriction, then they did, then they didn't, then they did. So you definitely have to prepare for extra COVID tests if you need them. Prepare to change your itinerary pretty fast. But if we have learned anything during the pandemic, it's that when you see an opportunity, seize it and take it by the reins. Oh my God, you will not regret it. Namaste, dosto. Hawaii mein. Hawaii mein.